On May 9th of this year, one of the headlines from the El Paso Times read, El Paso police say alcohol, speed likely factors in fatal I-10 accident near McRae. The story went on. A 30-year-old man died early Wednesday morning after he lost control of his vehicle while exiting Interstate 10 East, officials said. Daniel Heriberto Dali was driving a 2006 white Acura TSX at about 2 a.m. on I-10 East when he crossed 3 lanes of traffic at a high rate of speed to exit the McRae Boulevard exit ramp, the El Paso Police Department officials said. Dali then lost control of the car on landscaping near the exit, causing the car to roll over, officials said. He was thrown from the car and died at the scene of the accident. Every day, most of us get in our cars with our families and our loved ones. We stop at every stop sign, we try to go the speed limit, or somewhat near it, and in general, we try to be safe drivers. We pay close attention to how we drive to protect ourselves and those we care about. What many don't realize, though, is that not all drivers are being as careful. Thousands of people are killed every year by intoxicated drivers. Having over 11 years of experience as a peace officer, intoxicated drivers are something I am very familiar with. In my career, I have worked over 100 driving while intoxicated, or DWI incidents, including collisions with serious injury, and yes, fatalities. After seeing the faces of a crime that is so preventable, it has become a topic that is very near and very important to me. Texas law defines being intoxicated as not having the normal use of mental or physical faculties by the introduction of alcohol, a drug, a controlled substance, a dangerous drug, or a combination of 2 or more of those substances or any other substance into the body. Now let's walk through what it means to not have the normal use of mental or physical faculties and how this combination is proven so deadly to drivers. Many of us have heard of someone wearing beer goggles, but the effect that alcohol has on the average person and on their judgment is no laughing matter. Increased risk-taking is one way a person's judgment can be affected by alcoholic beverages. Increased risk-taking can be driving at a high rate of speed, or something that's unreasonable or unsafe. It can come in the form of driving more aggressively than one normally would. It can also be as simple as not wearing your seatbelt or helmet. The normal human brain is constantly taking in information. It takes in things we see, smell, hear, or feel. These things are constantly being processed. The information needs to be processed in many forms. While driving, we are aware of other vehicles, pedestrians, road hazards, weather, traffic signals, changes in the road, and even our own driving. A person who is intoxicated will take longer to process all of that information. As a result, some problems may include following too closely, turning improperly, driving off the roadway, stopping inappropriately, or just inappropriate behavior. As if impaired judgment wasn't enough of a hindrance to driving, a person's motor skills are also affected. A person's motor skills are the movement and coordination of the body. Motor skills are usually grouped into 2 categories: gross motor skills and fine motor skills. Gross motor skills involve the use of larger muscles, larger groups like the torso, arms, or legs. Fine motor skills involve the use of smaller muscles like fingers, toes, or your lips. Both gross and fine motor skills are necessary while driving. Our gross motor skills affect larger tasks while driving. These tasks include acceleration and/or braking. Our fine motor skills also affect tasks necessary to drive. These tasks can include simple things like turning on the car or shifting gears. This slide from the Standardized Field Sobriety Testing Instructor Manual shows some of the problems possible from affected motor skills. When you combine these decreased mental and physical faculties, it creates a very dangerous problem on our roadways. Statistics compiled by the National Highway Traffic Safety Association, or NHTSA, shows that over 10,000 alcohol-related fatalities occur every year. This slide from the Standardized Field Sobriety Testing Instructor Manual shows that in 2015, there was 10,265 alcohol-related fatalities. This accounted for 29% of all traffic fatalities nationwide. A more recent statistic showed that in 2017, there were 10,874 alcohol-related fatalities. Yes, that number went up. Again, it accounted for 29% of all traffic fatalities. Please keep in mind that the consistent number here is 29%. That's almost 1/3. If something could be done to save 1/3 of all the people suffering from cancer, why wouldn't we do it? What if we could feed 1/3 of the starving children in the world? Wouldn't we? Or save 1/3 of the animals in shelters? Would it be worth it? Now that we've seen how alcohol can affect our judgment and how it affects our body, and how often the deadly consequences that come from intoxicated driving, we can understand that it is a very serious problem. As Penny Leitner, the founder of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, said in a 1984 issue of Judge's Journal, "We have come a long way since our formation on May 7th, 1980, but we still have a long way to go. The drunk driving problem can be solved." Are you willing to do your part to prevent 1/3 of the deaths that occur on our roadways? Are you willing to speak to your family and your friends and tell them of the over 10,000 lives that can be saved annually? Please talk to your friends, talk to your family, and please never ever drive drunk. The life you save could be your own.